So let us begin with a new chapter that we are going to discuss here is inverse trigonometry. So in the inverse trigonometry, I suppose you know what do you mean by trigonometry. This is very common, everybody knows what is trigonometry, but what do you mean by this inverse? This part is a bit tedious that we will be studying in detail. So as we have already seen the relation and function videos, in that relation and function we have clearly explained what do you mean by inverse. Okay, so suppose f of x is a function, inverse is denoted by f inverse of x. Clear? So therefore it will be having domain, and range. When we are speaking about domain, codomain and range, you should be very clear with what is domain, codomain and range. So what is domain? What all the possible inputs that you are going to give to the function, that is nothing but domain. And what you are actually going to give, it is codomain. And the second thing is what the output you are going to get out of the function is range of the function. So this is all related to relations and functions, that is very much easier. Now if you observe here, we are going to use trigonometry and we'll be finding the inverse. तो trigonometry को use करके हम inverse find करने वाले हैं. ये मतलब trigonometry functions का inverse we are going to find out. That is what we are going to do here. Now suppose I'll take sine function sin x. Okay, so we'll have a quick history of sin x. Sin x का first of all I'll give you graph. So let me have the graph over here. What is sine 0? 0. Sine 90? 1. Sine 270? Oh, sorry, sine 180 is this. Sine of 270 is -1 and it keeps rolling. Correct? It keeps rolling. It is a sinusoidal wave what we are going to get. Okay. So this is your sin x graph. Now what I am going to do here is I'll define, there is something known as 1 1 and onto. Okay, when a function is said to be 1 1 and onto, हम 1 1 और onto एक function को कब बुलाते हैं? When the function f is inverse, f inverse exist आहे म्हणून सांगायला आम्ही कधी f inverse exist आहे म्हणून सांगतो? Whenever 1 1 true असतंय आणि onto भी true असतंय. It means what? A function's inverse exists, then 1 1 and onto is also satisfied. Function जर inverse आहे नाही तर 1 1 आणि onto हमेशा असतंय. Okay, so now sine function, as you all know, in relation and function we have studied sine function is not 1 1 not onto. आता sine function 1 1 आणि onto नाहीच है. We know sine function is not 1 1 and onto, लेकिन इसका हम inverse कैसे निकालें? But we are going to study inverse trigonometry, right? It means what? We are going to find sine inverse also. अगर 1 1 और onto है ही नहीं तो उसका inverse कैसे निकलेगा? That is the main point. We know sine is not 1 1, it is not onto as well, तो inverse तो निकलेगा नहीं. Now we will start restricting the values. So what do you mean by restricting the value? Is, see, sine function, if you define the angle from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, okay, this is your function. तर graph थोड़ा हो गया. What is sine 0? 0. Sine 90 is what? Sine 180? 0. Okay, so I'll stop the graph over here. Okay, sine pi by 2 पर्यंत म्हटलो ने. Pi by 2 means what? It is 90 degrees. I'll go reverse half angle. It will come like this and it will come like this. So this is minus pi by 2, correct? Sorry, this is minus pi by 2 and this is pi by 2. So positive half and negative half को हमने divide किया and this area में, इस area में the sign is 1 1 as well as onto, because in this function your range remains to be minus 1 to 1. So this is sine function का domain. This is your domain. This is domain and this is range of the function. ठीक है? So domain and range. Now as you know, जर माझ्याकडे f आहे, f चं domain इकडं suppose a आहे म्हणून समजा and range is b. f of x, you just watch f of x. f of x का domain is what? A. f of x का range is what? B. नाउ एफ इनवर्स में क्या होता है, एफ इनवर्स में डोमेन एंड रेंज इंटरचेंज. सी हियर, नाउ डोमेन ऑफ दिस फंक्शन, इधर जो रेंज था इधर डोमेन हो जाएगा और इधर जो डोमेन था वो रेंज हो जाएगा. ओके, अंडरस्टैंड दिस. इसका मतलब क्या है, नाउ साइन फंक्शन का डोमेन इज दिस, रेंज इज दिस, बट व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू फाइंड आउट, साइन इनवर्स में हम ज्यादा इंटरेस्टेड है. वी आर मोर इंटरेस्टेड इन साइन इनवर्स नाउ. So what will happen, the domain and range of the function will interchange, hence giving you -1 to 1 as your domain and restricting your range as minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Clear? So therefore sine function can be written as mapping from -1 to 1 to minus pi by 2. So this is sine inverse how you get. Now let us move on to the very simple concept, that is इसका ग्राफ कैसे चेंज होगा. नाउ रेंज एंड डोमेन को हमने इंटरचेंज तो कर लिया, बट ग्राफ को भी तो चेंज करना बाकी है ना. सो नाउ व्हाट विल हैपन इज, आई विल जस्ट टेल यू द ग्राफ. सी हियर, द ग्राफ अभी एग्जिस्टिंग ग्राफ जो कैसा था, इट वाज like this, no, oscillating up and down, up and down. Now it was actually with respect to x axis, x axis के हिसाब से था. If you are taking, this is sin x graph, okay, this is sin x graph. Now if you take f inverse, the axis will change to y axis, hence giving you this result. The graph will be somewhere like this. Now पुराना वाला जो ग्राफ था, this is sin x curve with respect to x axis, and this is sin inverse x curve. Clear? So this is the main difference, that is the graphical difference. So this is just about sin x, हमने सिर्फ sin में देखा. So what is the important concept here is this, sin का डोमेन और रेंज कौन सा था और sin का डोमेन और रेंज कैसे चेंज हुआ, इसका हिसाब हमको देना है. एंड दिस इज रियली रियली इंपॉर्टेंट. अगर ये आपको समझ में आ गया, देन द होल थिंग इज डन. नाउ वी हैव स्पोक ओनली अबाउट साइन एक्स. वी हैव कॉस, साइन, कॉस, टैन, कोसेक, सेक, कॉट. सो 6 फंक्शन है, 6 फंक्शन के एक्सप्लेनेशन गोज विद द सेम. इफ यू आर गेटिंग द ग्राफ टू बी विद द एक्स एक्सिस, इट विल चेंज टू वाई एक्सिस. इफ यू आर गेटिंग इन वाई एक्सिस में था तो वो एक्स एक्सिस में चेंज होगा. तो एग्जैक्टली हमको उल्टा रेप्लिकेट करने का है. दैट इज नथिंग बट साइन इनवर्स एक्स. एंड वन मोर स्मॉल कॉन्सेप्ट आई लाइक टू एक्सप्लेन, दैट इज साइन इनवर्स एक्स इज इक्वल्स टू वाई. हमने अगर कंसिडर किया तो इफ आई सेंड साइन टू द अदर साइड विच इज इक्वल्स टू एक्स इज इक्वल्स टू साइन वाई. सो दिस इज द स्मॉल प्रॉपर्टी that we will be using in most of our sums that we are going to solve today's example. Okay, so this is all about the introduction related to inverse trigonometry. हमने सिर्फ इधर sin के बारे में बोला है. There are still cos, tan, cosec, sec and cot. I'll give a direct list of them. It will be very easy. So please make a note of it. So now let us study what is the principal value. We have quoted one example, and here is the previous thing whatever we had listed. Now if you observe here, sin का domain is what, minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 and range is -1 to 1. And sin inverse का क्या हो गया, the domain is this and the output whatever you are going to get, that will be under minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So whatever is the principal value what we are speaking is your angle or the number what you are going to list here. See, sin inverse of 1 by 2 it is there. Whatever you are going to get here inside should lie between this range. Okay, then only this is solvable, or else I'll tell the method how to solve if it is not there. I'm just giving you the introduction for this sum. See, whatever the number you are going to get inside here, sin inverse of 1 by root 2 is there, that should be lying in between -1 to 1. Now if you check, this lies between -1 to 1. Yes, of course. And तुमचा output जे काही येणार आहे, and your output answer should come here itself. If you are getting output other than this value, your answer is wrong. If your this is not, like number is not lying in between this and this, you cannot solve it as of now. I'll tell you the later part, but just remember this. अभी के लिए इसके अंदर ये वैल्यू लाई होना चाहिए, एंड वॉट एवर यू आर गोइंग टू गेट द आंसर इट शुड लाई इन दिस, बिकॉज दिस इज डोमेन. डोमेन म्हणजे काय, what you are giving to the function, and range is what you are getting out of the function. तुम्हाला काय आउटपुट गावायला नाही, that is known as range, and whatever is the domain is to input द्यालास. So this is input, that is output. Input ह्याच्या आत असलं तर output बी त्याच्या आतच असायला पाहिजे. Understood this? So let us begin with the sum. Now solution, 1 mark simple question. I'll consider y is equals to sine inverse 1 by root 2. Everybody knows this. So from the introduction, what did I write over there? You can transfer this sine to the other side. So what I'll do now, sine y is equals to 1 by root 2. अभी मेरे को बताओ साइन का कौन सा एंगल के लिए आपका आंसर 1 by root 2 है. For this you should know sine and cos table. 30 degree. Sine 0 is 0, sine 30 is 1 by 2, sine 45 is 1 by root 2. Okay, so sine 60 is root 3 by 2, sine 60 is root 3 by 2, sine 90 is 1. Okay, so therefore if you observe sine y is equals to 1 by root 2, मतलब y का कौन सा एंगल के लिए 1 by root 2 है, 45. So 45 degrees, how you represent? Pi by 4 na. So this is pi by 4. So y is nothing but pi by 4. Did you understand till here? So अगर pi by 4, does pi by 4 lie in pi by minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2? This lies now, y is equals to pi by 4 lies in minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So therefore your answer is